Mr. Happy Living here, and I'm happy to be broadcasting from WITV 7 in the beautiful Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina, USA. Hey, friends, please join me for a minute and imagine how awesome you'd feel living the unique and distinct life that you were put on this planet to live, doing work you love, with people you love, and places you love, and all the while creating something of real value to others. Well, that's what I call a life of significance, and I can tell you it makes a very happy life. And so can my friend Maria Gomez, and she's here to share her unique and distinct journey to her life of significance. But before we bring her on, I'd like to share a poem that we created to thank her for being our guest star today. We call it Turning Clicks into Significance, and it goes like this. With vision and drive, she lights the way, helping businesses grow and find their sway. Maria shows us how, with expertise and persistence, she lives for turning clicks into significance. Through wisdom and heart, she plays her part. With care like it's hers right from the start, she sparks fresh ideas with bold brilliance, spinning her art and turning clicks into significance. So lean in close and let her spirit inspire, igniting your dreams with passion and fire. Her path reveals how purpose becomes magnificent and her joy that comes from turning clicks into significance. Hey, Maria, welcome to the show.
Matt, thank you for having me. That was beautiful. I did not expect that. That was amazing. Well done. I love it.
Very good. Well, get us started by telling us what you're doing these days to make your mark of significance on the world.
Absolutely. So I am the owner of a digital marketing agency, as you explained a little bit with your beautiful poem. The name is Non-Stop Digital. And with it, I am focused on helping different types of businesses grow through what we call digital marketing, data-driven strategies that bring results. So what we do with this is that depends on the business. If it's a services business or an e-commerce business, we for services deliver high quality leads, and for e-commerce is more sales and more revenue for both of them, right? And the idea is to bring our expertise, be able to grow the businesses and take these tasks away from the business owners, because business owners, we tend to use too many hats. We tend to sometimes want to have the control and know everything and do everything. But when we are able to delegate and really bring in an expert to help us grow and we can focus on what we do best, it's when the business can really grow and when we can focus on our area of expertise, right? So it's taking this task out of the business owner, helping them with that part. And what else? I can tell you that I love this work because I think that digital marketing can be kind of like a salesperson, but that never sleeps, never gets sick. I can do 24 hours a day if you want it. So I am a little bit of an introverted person. So like sales is not really my area of fortress, but I can create sales through my digital marketing. So
Very good. Very good. And tell us a little bit about the Flawless Growth podcast and what kind of conversations you're having there these days.
absolutely. So the Flawless Growth podcast is a brand new podcast that I created around 6 months ago. I've been running my agency for 3.5 years. And for the last year, I started to try to focus that agency into a niche. And the niche that I picked was health and wellness, because it's industry and topics that I am really passionate about. So I decided to create a podcast around that industry. And what I do with the podcast is that I find experts in the industry. It can be either business owners or people that have like senior level roles and businesses that are in this industry. And I do kind of like an interview format where we dive into their expertise, into what they do, into how they're growing the business, into their mindset as well. a little bit of personal information as well. And finally, we also touch a little bit about digital marketing topics related to that system, which is actually how I met you. I interviewed you in one of my podcasts, and this is how we made this connection.
Yeah, very good. All right, Maria. So let's do a little mathematics so our friends all around the world can get to know you through our happy formula. It's a really simple formula, but it's very powerful. And it goes like this: power plus purpose equals happy. So let's start with power. What are your personal practices for building up all the power that you need to get things done, whether it's physically or mentally or financially, spiritually, emotionally? In other words, Maria, what do you do on a regular basis to create all the power that you need to take great care of yourself and your loved ones and still have plenty left over so you can be a giver to others?
Absolutely, Matt. So my power comes from a lot of balance, which is something that I've had to learn. As I became a business owner, you tend to go very crazy with the work hours and with all of the demands that a new business has, right? So I had a little bit of issues with chronic pain on my back because of this. And so that stopped me to start doing a little bit more of a balanced lifestyle. So that in part in what regards like with the business. In regards to like the physical part, I started working out since I was 17 years old. I am now 30. And I do it either 6 times or 5 times a week. So it's something that since I started, I love it. I've never had kind of like an issue of stopping or anything like that. Thankfully, it's something that is like right into my routine. And I think I'm very well on the physical part, thankfully. In regards to the mental part, I do think that I like to learn a lot. I am always learning. The way that I do it is a lot through my business, as just like every day is a learning experience. When there's fires and managing people, which is something that I've never done before. So just a lot of growth through that part. And apart from that, I do consume a lot of podcasts. So in the business part, in the marketing part, but also a lot about mindset and health. So every time that like when I'm having lunch, when I am showering, I put a podcast. Or when I'm folding laundry, or whatever, I put a podcast or an audiobook. Which thank God for technology, right? Because that didn't exist before, and you had to like read a book, sit down, read it. Now you can do something else while you consume information. So yeah. You mentioned spiritual too. So spiritually, I do believe in God. So I pray every night since I was a kid. I keep doing it. And I also do my best to practice gratitude because I think this is something that's hard for all of us. Sometimes we get very accustomed to what we have. We forget all of the work we've done to get where we are. And we're always thinking about that next goal, that next pose that you move every time. So, which is fine. Like, it's good to be ambitious. It's good to want more, but also stay very thankful of where you're at right now. Yes.
Yes. Very, very important. There's a quote I love. I saw in a brewery. It said, the days that my gratitude is higher than my expectations, I have really good days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's what you're talking about. So we need to strive, but we need to be grateful. Well, Maria, thank you for that. Let's discuss my favorite power generating concept. It's called a Kaizen state of mind. And it's a beautiful Japanese idea that small incremental improvements add up over time to yield great big results. And it's so powerful because it's all about mindset. You just mentioned mindset, not circumstance. So it's mindset, not circumstance. Kaizen life is knowing I can always do something better tomorrow than today. And it creates this gentle, relentless, never-ending force that keeps lifting my life higher day after day after day. So how about you, Maria? How does Kaizen in your life help you increase your power to continuously become more so you can keep giving more and impacting more people's lives and businesses?
Absolutely. So I think just staying very consistent with your habits, it's what creates that compound interest, right? Sometimes we think that small things are just small, right? That they're like nothing, that they're just, oh, this is just a little thing, doesn't matter. But I like to think that small things are not really small because when you compound them, when you do something daily, it's everything, right? It means a lot. So I think that consistency and discipline, it's what is the most important. I do consider myself to be very disciplined and I do take a lot of pride in it. So just keeping that routine of good habits and making sure that you understand that that's shaping your today, but also your future. So you mentioned a really good quote. I also have a quote that I always keep like in the back of in my drawer in my mind. About this small book called The Greatest Salesman in the World. And it says something like I'm not gonna say it perfectly, but it says something like, "I will be like the slave who builds a pyramid. I will build my castle one brick at a time." Because I know that small things like repeated I think, can make anything happen.
Yep. Yep. That's great. Okay, let's explore purpose. That's our second element of the happy formula. And I've just observed that oftentimes the big life transformations or big discovery of purpose comes sadly through devastation, addiction, abuse, disease, death, disaster. Something awful strips the life to its core, resulting in a big, unexpected change. However, in my book, Turning Inspiration into Action, I share the transformational process that I've used to discover the purpose of my life using inspiration. So how about you, Maria? Was there a specific moment or event or crisis or inspiration that revealed to you the God-given purpose you were meant to live?
Absolutely. I wouldn't say it was that tragic, thankfully. But I did had a moment where I actually studied something completely different to what I'm doing in college. I studied fashion design, which I love fashion design, and I wouldn't change like what I studied. But when I finished it, I was trying to get a job and I was not able to find a job. It was very hard in the market at that point. And so I was kind of desperate. I was a little bit lost. And I said, okay, I'm up to trying anything that it's not fashion design. I want to have a job. I don't want to stay doing nothing in my house and waste time, right? So I found this marketing agency in Colombia that they needed mostly people that spoke English because they were in Colombia, but they were their clients were in the US. So they just wanted, even if the person didn't know about marketing, the English was most important, and they were okay like taking people that didn't know and teaching them, but at least they had the English part, right? So I said, okay, I don't know anything about this, but I'll go ahead. I started, of course, earning the minimum wage. And it was a place of like a lot of survival. They wouldn't like teach you a lot. You kind of had to like, it was a place like where they throw you and you have to swim, right? So I had to learn everything through YouTube. I took all of the YouTube tutorials that existed in Google Ads and all of the other platforms, and that's how I learned and how I was able to keep a job there for like 3 years, and how I was able to grow a little bit more into the company.
Well, and explain to our audience, because as I looked at your career,
Yeah.
you mentioned you started off as staff, being thrown into the deep end, had to swim. Then you became a manager. Then you became an entrepreneur, and then now you're a thought leader in the industry. So talk a little bit about how maybe was it a discovery of a purpose that you didn't know, or a deep love for this industry, or what compelled you to keep moving in that way and to stepping out in scary places, because going from being a manager to an entrepreneur, all of a sudden you don't have a paycheck that's guaranteed anymore. So give us a little bit about your transition from staff to thought leader.
Okay, so in regards to marketing, I fell in love with it. There's something about, because they measure you in results, right? Sales, return. And there was something about creating results that I really connected with, right? So I love the marketing part. I also discovered that with marketing, I could also do stuff with marketing and fashion. So I did had like some clients that in the fashion industry that I could market. And I just fell in love. I started growing. I think I am by default ambitious when I saw that I started growing, that I was having a lot of communication with clients in the US, that I was able to do it. It's when I said, okay, this is awesome. I love working here. I love all of the way that I learned, but I think I can do this by myself. Like, I think I can have my clients. And this was actually after COVID when we started working from home, that I started saying like, okay, I don't need to really go to an office. I can do this from home. I can do this from wherever I am in the world. And I just started like through LinkedIn, through Upwork, getting my own clients. And then once I had enough clients that were paying me the same as my salary was paying me, that's when I decided, okay, I'm gonna make the jump. And I felt confident enough. Thankfully, like with the marketing industry, it's not, I don't have like a fixed salary, but at least you have clients that you know that you're gonna keep month to month. It's like a monthly income that's coming. So I think there's a little bit of that security, even though I know a client can cancel. But most of the times, like the clients I've kept, they're like long term. I've been with them for years. So I think that's kind of like what gives me a little bit of that security.
And before we leave this, one of your clients that I researched on said the idea that they feel that you're working for their business as if it's your own. How does if somebody says that, how does that make you feel, and how did you develop that kind of a connection with your clientele?
Well, that makes me feel very proud, and I think it's 100% sure, because I do like to go do the extra mile, right? Like because I know if the client grows, I know that they're gonna keep me in mind, and I'm gonna grow as well. I know the marketing is probably the spend is going to grow, or they are going to want to test another platform with me. And so I don't ever say like, oh, okay, we got you 5 sales, so we're gonna keep it like that. No, I always want, okay, where's the 6, 7, 8, etc. Even if sometimes I do work some extra hours, apart from like what we have agreed or things like that, I don't really mind. I am really like after that result, and I am really after proving my value, because I know when I generate value is going to come back to me. It might not come back right away, but I know it's going to come back at some point.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, Maria, thank you for all that. Now let's take a quick commercial break so our sponsor can spread a little love with our audience.
Are you ready to transform your life? At happyliving.com, we've discovered 4 keys to help you live with purpose, joy, and significance. Unlock your truth with the Happy Quiz. Unlock your happy formula with inspiring stories from the Something Significant Show. Unlock your roadmap to happiness with our free ebook, Making Your Mark of Significance. And unlock your inspired life with our life-changing e-course, The Philosophy of You and Your Inspired Life. This is your time to shine. Go to happyliving.com now and click Unlock the Power of You. Unlock your power. Live your best life. happyliving.com.
And we're back, and this is the Something Significant Show, and I'm your host, Matt Gersper. And my special guest star today is Maria Gomez. She's the founder and managing director of Non-Stop Digital LLC, a digital marketing specialist, and the host of the Flawless Growth podcast. With a career spanning from staff roles to management to entrepreneurship and ultimately thought leadership, Maria has helped countless businesses grow through her expertise in pay-per-click advertising, search engine optimization, and return on investment driven strategy. Her mission is to turn clicks into conversions and to show how dedication, creativity, and care can transform business growth into lasting significance. Maria, you know I love that. And I think you're going to love this article that I found. It's called The Science Behind the Power of Giving. And it says that the simple act of giving can become a gateway for discovering your reason for being on the planet. And science confirms it. It says that when we give our time and our talents and our treasure, it doesn't just help others, but it transforms us too. It helps us overcome obstacles, it helps us find meaning, and it helps us to discover our purpose. So, Maria, I've updated our formula. Power plus purpose plus giving equals really happy. So how about you? Has giving your time, talents, and treasures been a powerful pathway for discovering your purpose and for getting through hardships in your life and for bringing real meaning into your life?
100%. I think that giving has been a big source of purpose for me. And you can give in a lot of different ways. Like, for example, if it's, I've shared my knowledge freely. For example, because people know I know about Google Ads. So if a friend wants to learn, I'll hop on a call with them and teach them whatever I can. Or if anybody needs mentoring, or even supporting my family. I do a lot of that, and I take a lot of pride in that. And with the part of, like, for example, helping my family, it shows me that the impact goes beyond just business. Because sometimes we tend to focus just on business, but impact can go like so much more than just business. And even like some of those moments of giving, sometimes they even help me when I'm having a hard time in business or a hard time in my life. They give me a little bit of happiness, like, this is super hard, having a business is super hard, but I am able to help my family, and seeing my mom smile and seeing her like be taken care of, it's just 100% worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's it. Science tells us that giving to others helps bring real meaning to our lives. And the joy we feel from our fourth element of significance, as we define it, doing work that creates value for others, that confirms it. But there's something more to it than just the giving, Maria. I believe that the real magic of life comes when you're giving from living in your purpose, because that's when the joy flows, not just to the receiver, but to the giver too, and even to people just witnessing the giving. So, Maria, I'd love for our audience to witness what that magic looks like in your life. So I invite you to sit back, open your heart, and have a listen to what people are saying about the impact that you're making in their lives by finding the magic of giving from living in your purpose. One person said, her strategic approach, attention to detail, and proactive communication ensured our campaigns ran seamlessly and drove immeasurable impact. Another said, not only did Non-Stop Digital enhance our brand awareness, but they also played a crucial role in driving revenue growth. Another said, I've worked with Maria for over 5 years, and I'm always amazed by her knowledge and skill. Others said, innovative, dedicated, professional, data-driven, insightful, adaptable, skilled, reliable, collaborative, passionate, responsible, an invaluable partner, a fast learner, an overachiever and responsive, detail-oriented, goal-oriented, with great leadership skills, organized, motivated, and super creative. Maria has a deep understanding of her craft. We never knew we could generate sales through Google Ads and Amazon in such a way. And finally, this person simply said, if you're looking for a marketing partner that delivers real results and goes above and beyond, I highly recommend Non-Stop Digital. So, Maria, how does all that incredible love make you feel?
That makes me feel super joyful, right? It means I'm everything that I'm giving out there, it's being recognized, it's giving back value to me, and I just feel very proud about the work that I'm doing and about providing help to other people, and do like that double handshake, that it's a win-win for both parties, right?
Yeah, 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 very good. And that's it, folks. That's what this show is all about. It's that joy you can see in Maria's face. We're here, Maria and me and all our guest stars, to encourage you, our listeners, to find that same magic in your lives. It's available for each of us. That's what I believe. And it comes from this great, big, happy circle. Giving your time, talents, and treasures is a powerful pathway for discovering your purpose. And then giving from living in your purpose brings a profound joy to your life, as you can see on Maria's face, and to the lives of those around you too. So it seems that giving leads to purpose, and giving from purpose leads to joy. So if I'm going to capture the full exponential power of our happy formula, Maria, I've got to tweak it just a tiny bit more to power times purpose times giving equals happy to the third power. And that's really, truly, deeply happy. Does that sound about right to you, Maria?
That sounds beautiful. I love it.
Very good. Okay, let's wrap things up with the lightning round. I love the power of words and the capacity for great quotes to change lives. So I'm going to read a few of my favorites and ask you to tell us what they mean to you. Give us the first thoughts that pop into your mind, Maria, because we call this a lightning round. Ready?
Ready.
Here we go. From Robert Greene. He said, mastery is not a function of genius or talent. It's a function of time and intense focus applied to a particular field of knowledge.
Beautiful. You don't have to be the smartest to make something happen.
Yeah. Got to work hard, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just work hard.
Disciplined.
Correct.
Okay. This is from Albert Einstein. He said, creativity is intelligence having fun.
That's really fun. It's true. Like intelligence doesn't have to be all like squared and all math, and you can play with it. And there's a lot of types of intelligence.
Yeah, very good. This is from Peter Drucker. He said, efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things.
And I think doing the right thing, it's the first in order.
Very good. This is from Mahatma Gandhi. He said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others.
When you help others, you become, and it's about becoming.
Yeah. This is one more from Albert Einstein. He said, strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value.
Because the first one is looking for an outcome for yourself. The second one is helping others first. And then that's the way that you get also a value for yourself.
100%. This is our show anchor, my favorite of all, and from Goth. And he said, whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it now.
Begin it now. We only have today.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Thank you. And now, my friends, it's your chance to be a giver too. If today's show with Maria Gomez inspired and motivated you, please share that spark with our amazing team at WITV7. They're a 501c3 charity on a mission to educate, empower, and encourage people in need. Every gift matters, big and small, because your generosity fuels real change. Together with your support and their tireless work, lives are being transformed and love is being expanded. So donate today. It'll do good and it'll make you feel good too. And Maria, I love the passion and expertise that you bring to every project, helping businesses grow with care as if they were your own. And I admire your relentless dedication to quality and results, always focusing on what truly matters. And I'm super happy that you've shared your creative, transformative, and caring spirit on our show today. Will you please take a minute or two and share any parting remarks you'd like to leave with our audience?
Thank you, Matt. Back at you. And yeah, a little bit about like what we talked about on that quote, that you don't have to be the smartest in the room to succeed. It's all about discipline and consistency and the willingness to do the work and outwork the yesterday version of yourself, right? The hard work, even in the days that you don't feel like it builds confidence. And with that confidence, it's when the opportunities come. So not intelligence alone can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Thank you, Maria.
Absolutely.
And friends, it's because of stories like Maria's and listeners like you that we've been named one of the top 100 life purpose podcasts worldwide, ranked at number 17. So thank you for supporting our mission and for sharing these stories of inspiration and purpose. I also want to thank WITV7 for hosting and promoting our show so we can keep interviewing inspiring guest stars like Maria and reaching folks just like you ready to create your own extraordinary lives. And most especially, thank you, viewers and listeners. You'll find links to all things Maria Gomez, her website, social media, podcasts, and email. And if you're building something new and something special and think Maria can help, feel free to reach out via email and introduce yourself to her. You'll find all her links in our show notes. And from me to you, dear friends, I love you and I want you to be really, truly, deeply happy too. So go to happyliving.com and click Unlock Here. It could be the first step to unlocking the life that you are meant to live, one that's filled with purpose and joy and significance. And as you begin unlocking, think about what we can do together, you and me, to improve the happy of your world, one person at a time. Till next time, I'm Matt Gersper. You are awesome. And this is the Something Significant Show. And we're out.